Again from Sandcastles, we are reading the third poem. It is The Irrelevance of Time. When the impermanence of time, the impermanence of life, seems irrelevant. The skirt of a woman constantly explodes into a million particles and reunites into a bell-shaped red cape to lure the bull like a suction cup. A uterus, a roaring lion, the ebb and flow of the tide, all at once. The bull dies eternally, constantly. The Buddha in us must be killed by the master in order to be free. Spit on Mother Mary, kill the patriarchs, crucify him. Digits of infinity. Red plus white equal orange. Shell on sand. Concha de mar. Pamela hat. Among the scattered white sea pine needles, brought ashore by the unfailing surf. Triangle seat to body contemplates red plus white equal orange stones. Pebbles in the river. Pull around like a rosary, a couple at a time. Wedding, matrimony, wedmony, matrying, many at a time. So leaped and twirled, even on my feet. The trumpet angel announced sunset, then turned into a seal, clad in a bride's veil. Death shadowed a giraffe. Mother lies in her tomb in the sky, flickering lights, making ideas realize, realizing ideas. Writers write. I like black. Plan writing. Dance plan. PLAN. To plan. Let it be, or let it be, works until tomorrow. Symbols of mine, water, Americans turn it into beer. I is for wine. Margarita only speaks in poetic verse. Cuba and Puerto Rico are two pearls in the sky. Dollar signs are from Spain. Juxtapose, window over feet, over sky, bars on window, moonlight, full, reflected, toes on window glass, around the moon a fish, under it its death shadow is a crow. Clouds, seasonal fruit diet, seasons of love, checkered floors, green walls, corridor, Tennessee, coffin, inner peace, brook, bell sounds in solitude, fresh, soft, delicate snow on the ground. Deer prints lead the way, spirals of life, house on the mountain, jeep, red clay, frailejones on the Andes hills, horse ride, Caspiruleta de la Nona, Córdoba, pueblos blancos de la Sierra Nevada, my negra, Pueblo Puerto, my mother is black, Portuguese, entre Africa, Obatala, Mario the cable guy, constancy, change, inertia is not standing still, newness or nowness, to go where no woman has ever gone before, to fail many times and have the courage to keep loving, to lose the way and keep searching for directions, to expect the best, to be slandered for the sake of someone's ego and still smile at the world and pray, impoverished by doom of will, to be free of the need for possessions, to surrender your precious newborn to the unknown, to relish in it all the more so for being the scarlet letter, T for tall, Greek letter representing the cross, crucifixion, to be the bull. Kill your own God self. B. Torque, twirling, principle of perception, the golden ratio. Proper time in relativity, time constant. Opacity, how much sunlight does not penetrate. Shear stress, a quotient of correlation, breaking down things that go together in an explosion of lust and maternity. The hand doesn't understand. Do you guys remember when everybody was going like this? So it was so funny. Nobody does that anymore. The hand doesn't understand. Here's the hand. The hand doesn't understand. It doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. It only stretches and coils by instinct or reflex. The hand performs all the tasks unknowingly, innocent. It carries out the plan or reacts to adrenaline, holds the gun, the rose, the bottle, the fork, the needle, the member, the button. It helps the falling up, wipes the tears, types the word. The hand don't understand. I am the hand. Use me as a soul-reaching tool. Use me to mend, to fix, to correct, to caress. Let me show them how to dash for it and slash the unforeseen without bashing or gnashing, then recoil to put two together in worship. This is next poem is titled David. She stepped out of the shower and pulled the white terry cloth robe over her wet body and loosened a towel around her head and took a bill out of her purse on the dresser. Ah, that feels good. Gotta get ready for school tomorrow, she thought as she walked across the hall, opened the door, and peeked in. David, hey, go to bed. She hands over the bill. Here's your lunch money. It's 9 o'clock. What you doing? Recording? I'll give you more tomorrow, okay? She went back to her bedroom and laid a towel over the comforter, sat on it, pulled up a leg, and pressed her foot on it. She took the nail polish from the stand and covered each toenail ruby red. She did the same with the other leg and colored each toenail the same. Next, she inspected her fingernails. One of them was crooked. She took a file from a bag on the bed and filed the crooked nail until it was straight. The phone rings. Hello? Mom, I'm shot. She stopped breathing then. Who is this? Carlos? No, it's David. Where are you? Did you call 911? I'm on 132 and 62. Her mind is racing. That's right by the house. She calls 911. My son's been shot. Please go to 132 Avenue Southwest and 62th Street. She walked, ran, floated, talked on the phone, and never breathed. Realizing she was going in the opposite direction, she turned around at lightning speed. There he is, on the ground at the entrance in the middle of the open gate to the apartment complex. He lay very still with his arms by his side. His face and lips turned very pale as the blood drained from him. She expects to see blood, but there was none. Where you get shot at? She doesn't want to see. Where's the blood? She thinks as she notices the round orifice in the middle of his chest. How had his brother gotten there first? The cops were there too, and the copter landed seconds later. She's on her knees, hands raised to the heavens, looking up. Move over, lady. You got to let us work. The heavens open and a voice in her heart resounds. Everything is going to be all right. But I want to be with him. Let me go with him. What if he goes on the way and there's no one with him? Someone get me some clothes. Muhammad brought her jeans and a t-shirt. She got into his car and changed in the passenger seat. The ride to Ryder Center was surreal. They were floating through traffic. In her mind's eye, she sees the bullet going through his chest away from his spinal cord. The thought of him in a wheelchair crossed her mind. He's going to be all right. The family takes turns staying at the hospital night after night. There is his grandmother, came all the way from the little town to be with her precious baby. There's the father who until then never pays a visit. Now he brings money and food to be with his son in the hospital bed. There she is, angry, not at the bullet. I forgive the bullet. I am angry at you, David. You are still out there. Where the fuck are you? You think you can say fuck you to a 9 to 5? You think you're cool because you're a street soldier? Tattooed the medal on your chest? Who are you fighting for? What you fighting for? Do you know? I guess you're fighting for me because I'm a stupid teacher who can't make a living on her own, can't raise a family on a teacher's salary, you know? Who is better than the regular Joe you don't want to be? So, who are you, Dee? Are you the casualty that makes the news for selling dope? A dime or two? The territorial right? Is that what your life is worth? You know, when the time comes to go to your funeral, I'll get a manicure and pedicure, make sure I have a PowerPoint presentation of all your baby pictures and say hi to all the friends who make it to your funeral for you. Make sure to celebrate your short-lived life. It was short but sweet. What a sweet boy he was, everyone agrees. I'll write a poem and go back to my teaching job. We are here to change the world one at a time, but dying is not the solution. Going to jail isn't either. You got to figure it out in a way that chooses life over death, I pray. This one is kind of sexy. It's titled Wolf. Petrified I lay, shaking like a leaf. The sound of silent footsteps in the den come closer. A wave of heat, accompanied by rhythmic breathing, fills the air. At the entrance to the cave, drawing near and encompass, he lowers his head, then staring at the feet, each lick a mendicant. Then starting at the feet, each lick a mendicant, reaching past her knees to the thighs, well into the groin, opening the vulva, rasping. I tremble, still aghast, in fear of pleasure, succumbing, while will and ego, a slave to his dominion, moaning breathlessly, rigging. The morning star appears clear. Then he leaves without a trace. While memories linger, I escape into the day and dream each night I lay in wait, penetrating the dark, a shrill, oh, I hear well into the night. One of my most dearest friends passed away in 2023. The 8th Street artist, my very good friend. Yes, Carmelo. Carmelo. The title is The Rock. It's in Spanish and English. Carmelo Prado is the artist that painted Spider Woman for me, and he also painted me, but I don't have that painting with me. I have a painting of his from the Cuban countryside, and he spent decades in a prison in Cuba as a political prisoner, and then he was released and brought to the United States through the work that many people in Europe did to get the Cuban prisoners out. So he came in the 80s. The Rock. You were on a rock while I was running through town streets, chased by classmates in the game of I am Gusana, and they are pioneros. You were on that rock while I flew over the ocean to new games of antisocial actions. You were on the rock when I set my foot on South American soil to deliver Marti's verse to a people in turmoil. You were on the rock when I returned to be a gusana in the land of the haves and the have-nots with a tint of hope. Sobre la roca estabas cuando regresé a ser gusana en la tierra de los que tienen y no tienen con tintura de esperanza. You are on that rock now. It's in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. You are that rock. You were on for 27 years. Estás aún sobre esa roca en tu mente, en tu espíritu, en tu alma. Eres la roca en la que yaciste por 27 años. Neither the flooding rain nor the suffocating heat, not the lack of a breeze, not the hammer, not the machete, not one of them who would not spare you, cut you down, made you crumble. Instead, from the stone came forth the light in colors of red hues and blue platoons in sensual shapes of womanhood and places. The rock kept solid on the ground of creation's ecstasy, withstanding the test of timelessness. La roca permaneció sólida en tierra fértil de éxtasis creativo, a prueba del infinito. This rock, for truth, paid the price for me, for you to know. Esta roca, por la verdad, pagó el precio por mí, para que tú lo sepas. This is one of the paintings that he created with one of my images that I shared with him. Then this is a poem in which I admire the saxophone man. It says, sleek in black with a feather in his hat and a 6-piece band accord, reverberating smooth and super cool tunes with a twist of classic and a dash of blues. Frenzied out, the twister shouts, the saxophone man in black. Grinning fingers dance across the valves, sipping the water out of the air. The saxophone man, the saxophone god. John Sachs. I think that's enough for today. I thank you for being my muse, the world. And I wish you a very great 2026 year of the fire horse. Let's get there. Bye bye.